Because I wanna wrap me in her ego. What she needs just a friend like me. What she needs just a good friend like me. What she needs just a friend like me. Like me. Good friend like me. She's so good just to be around. She's just a friend. She's just a good friend like me. She's just a friend like me. Like me. Good friend like me. Can't pretend that's why she's asking me out. Yeah, all she needs is just a good friend. All she needs is just a good friend like me. Oh, friend like me. Good friend like me. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. Yes, karibuni sana, and I hope your weekend was all right. And of course, karibuni sana to another beautiful episode of the Africa Today show right here on the Black Fire Network radio station, media of the 21st century. Quick shout out to everyone with us on Facebook, on YouTube, on the radio station live, and also those who are with us on Spreaker Live, those who are with me on the show page, and also on TikTok. A quick shout out to Sharil, Dacha in the building, shout out to Helen, shout out to Pato in the building, a big fan right here. Shout out to Simon254, shout out to Skido Niteru, shout out to Derek, if I'm Detrick, big up to you, and of course, nice to see you, and to everyone who's live with us on Facebook or rather on YouTube. Karibuni sana. I hope you guys shall be sticking till the end of the conversation as we check what we shall be debating about today. I don't know how many of you did notice we had issues with our connectivity from the morning show, but I hope my internet is gonna be able to cope with me. I hope I'll be able to share the videos because I intend to share. Because if I don't, this internet is about to mess my whole program. But either way, we shall be flowing, and I hope you guys feel free to also give your sentiments and thoughts regarding what we shall be debating right here. We shall be talking about the banks rolling out biometrics, which you can see that very soon we shall be needed to use our faces to pay products and commodities, or rather use our hands. I think we've seen China being one among the first countries, if I'm not wrong, or among the countries that have adapted to this as a norm right now. And we know the situation in China is also very, very crazy when it comes to the control of the people, which is actually one of the main reasons why they want to take people's DNA and start using them to, paint food and products, or rather everything that right now you'll need or require in your life. So that is our biggest conversation for today. I have a video to share, and that's what I'm saying. I hope my internet does not misbehave. I hope my internet copes up with me. Kindly, I beg you, the internet server, I beg you. Kindly do what you need to do. But yes, we shall also be discussing under the next video that I shall be debating about is about which I found out that in 2010 we had an earthquake that happened in Haiti, and which did actually cost a lot of lives. But apart from all this was the Clinton Foundation, which was actually very active in child sex trafficking and organ trafficking. And we're talking about the Pizzagate adrenochrome, if you know what we are talking about. That is our biggest debate for today, and also much more of what is coming. But of course, karibuni sana. Hope you guys are doing great. I shall be giving you a few minutes as I share the link with the people on WhatsApp so that everyone can be tuning in right here with us. Shout out to you, David. Nice to see you back. Hope you're doing amazing. Like me.
All the way in Cincinnati. And you tune into the Black House Fire Radio.
Yes, and of course, welcome back station media of the 21st century. Quick shout out to everyone with us on Facebook once again, on YouTube, on the radio station, on TikTok. Shout out to you, David. Shout out to Dama Race in the building, and of course to everyone live with me on the radio station and on the show page as well. Kindly remember, if you are on the show page, you can pin your comments right on the chat page over there. If in case you are literally understanding what we're talking about and you have your own thoughts and sentiments regarding our conversations and topics of today, karibu sana, and feel free to join the chat, or rather also request the link to join us on today's conversation. Among what we shall be talking about starting with today's conversation is also Nigeria, which we've been seeing the matters of insecurity or the security crisis in Nigeria have literally become very, very tough. But before I move on, I see we have Africa Tour by African. Nice to see you. You're saying, how can I join the conversation? Exactly just how I explained. We have the link, which I'll share right here. So in case you want to join the conversation, this is the link that you need to grab over here, and create a profile that is through StreamYard link. The way it's going to be directing you, that is how you can be able to join the conversation. If you want to be part of the panel, that is how. But anyway, nice to see you. And of course, shout out to everyone once again who's tuning in. Hope you guys had a beautiful weekend, and welcome to today's conversation. My name is Joby, in case you're here for the first time, and welcome. Like I said, today we shall be talking, rather starting with Nigeria and what is happening. For the past few weekends, the matters of insecurity in Nigeria have gotten way worse. We've seen Islamist groups who have been attacking regions, so many regions. We've seen women and children being kidnapped and all that. And at Tinubu, there's nothing he has done about this. I've not seen any actions apart from the last time when he told people, or rather told people to find a way how they can be able to deal with the kidnapping crisis or deal with kidnappers. I've not seen a better way or any form that also the AU itself has intervened in this. We know we have so many fake organizations that stand up for Africa, but they do stand up for themselves. That is just in the reality of it. There's nothing that they have done about the situation of Nigeria, which has been an ongoing crisis for so long, for years. We've had Buhari as a president. For the people I can literally recount and know, we've had Buhari, who said he left the country in a very good situation, unlike the way he found it in 2015. We've seen recently also Tinubu, he had an airport renamed after him that was in actually Miami, not Miami, but Miami, something like that, Miami, which is one of the regions in Nigeria, where we had people demonstrating actually because of the food commodities, the crisis, the high cost of living and all that. But Tinubu had a whole airport in that region named after him. And this is actually a recognition given to him because of developing the Nigerian country. And we checked today a couple of things. When you talk about development in countries of Africa, like Uganda, which is so the school, it's very pathetic, and a lot of things are so pathetic, and we questioned a lot. If you are tuned in on today's show on the Pan African Bliss show, then I bet you do understand what I'm talking about. But in Nigeria, what is happening with there is The Nigerian military has denied a spiral attack that actually occurred this weekend, where we had 16 troops killed, and that they're saying that men in army uniform ransacked and burned homes in Nigeria oil products. And the first question we pose on this is, who's that? Okay, yeah, there he joined. All right, there he joined. Hello, let me add you on the stream. Hello. Can you hear me? Brother, can you hear me? I'm not sure if you can hear me, but karibu sana to the Blackout Fire Network. Feel free to conversate with us, and nice to see you. Joining the panel. But yeah, starting with what is happening in Nigeria, they're saying that men in army uniform ransacked and burned homes in Nigeria oil-producing Delta State days after youths killed 16 soldiers sent there to resolve a land dispute. Residents were the ones giving this information, but the defense chief denied the military involvement. So before we even move on, the first question is, where do these men in uniform, where did they get the uniform? Because we've seen it's men in uniform who attacked Nigeria oil producing Delta, and which takes us back to, why do we have all these attacks every single now and then, like in Nigeria? What is the battle about in Nigeria? Why do we have people being displaced? Why do we have people being killed, children and women? Why do we have men being killed? I mean, why do we have displacement of people in Nigeria? That is my first question to you, my audience. If you guys maybe get or connect a thing, what is the main reason why Nigeria for so long, the matters of security or insecurity have literally risen so high, and we've seen none of these presidents have been able to do a thing. Take us back, that was in 2023, last year, where we discovered there's a pipe that has been stealing oil in Nigeria for the last 12 years, which has actually generated billions and billions of money. But if you look at countries that are in debt, Nigeria is one among the ranking countries in Africa, the top countries that are literally in debt. That is from the IMF and the World Bank. So we're asking, where did these billions of money go to? But back to this. So you want to tell me the main reason why we have displacement of the people is because of there's some oil production in that region? That is what they're saying. Oil production region. And then take us back to the how Shell took over the Nigeria oil and the control over that particular region, and how they renamed it different, many types of names. But yes, they're saying that many men in army uniform. The first question is, where do they get the uniform? Burned homes in Nigeria oil producing Delta State days after youths kill 16 soldiers. We're not sure about these youths, because why would youths go kill these soldiers if they're not the
Are you here?
same men in uniforms?
Okay,
Hello.
I think I am audible now.
Yeah, yeah, you are. Karibu sana.
Asante sana. I am Justus from Kenya.
Okay, you're from Kenya. Nice, nice to see you. Karibu sana. Nice to see you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what are your thoughts regarding this situation in Nigeria? I mean, are you familiar with the going on crises that have been there for years, of women being kidnapped, children being kidnapped? I think the most viral incident that happened, that was in 2014, where we had the Chibok girls who were kidnapped, and we've seen even up to date, majority of them have not been released. And those who actually are released, they come pregnant, they come as mothers, they come back literally changed, different people, mature people. But the situation of the security being dealt with when it comes to Nigeria, especially, where we have oil producing, literally the oil production going on or taking place. We've been seeing women being displaced, families being displaced. What are your thoughts regarding this situation in Nigeria, and who do you think is to blame for all this?
I think the people to be blamed or is the people who are controlling the oil business, and they want to control some minerals there. So
Okay.
I can see that this is a situation like Congo, where
Mm.
the countries which are very powerful
Yep.
tend to control the minerals of the people who are living poorly. so that they will
Mm-hmm.
cause some maybe chaos, so that the
Yeah.
people can leave their land where they have
Mm-hmm.
minerals, and
Mm-hmm.
they leave minerals behind, and they will go and seek refuge somewhere, because they know the civilians don't have the guns to protect
Mm-hmm.
themselves.
True.
So they will be cowards. So when they will
Mm-hmm.
be cowards, they will seek refuge somewhere, and then
Mm-hmm.
the military and the people who are financing will
Yeah.
profit from those things that were being sold there. So this
Mm-hmm.
is a war that cannot be. I think politicians cannot. They cannot make it to end, because they are the one who are financing, and they
Funding.
are
Yeah.
profiteering, and they are
Mm-hmm.
making profits from it. So
True.
it's something that we can say that the people themselves should wake up and see that the people who are supposed to protect them are the one who is like a sheep. The
Yeah.
shepherd looks for the goats, but eventually the shepherd will eat the goats. So I think
Mm-hmm. That is true. That is a good
so I
one. That
think
is a good
I
analysis.
think people who are eating those people they are people. We cannot go far,
Okay.
and
That
if
is true.
if
Mm-hmm.
mhm.
That is true.
So I
I
think
agree with you completely. And I agree with you completely. And I also say, I've said this a lot of times, especially when it comes to Nigerians. And I'm not shaming our Nigerian brothers. I hold nothing against our Nigerian brothers. But it's a high time. If you actually look at the most of the people who are escaping Africa, majority, I think the highest percentage is Nigerians. But it's crazy because I've seen, and I do agree with you, Smart J. I think that's your name, if I'm not wrong. Correct me.
yes, that's my name also. African by African by
Yes, ma'am.
African too.
Okay, I'll just call you Smart J if you don't mind. But I do agree with you. It's up to the people to literally realize that this is a financed battle. These are people who are actually benefiting from the war, from the displacement of the people. And that is what I love, the way you actually combined it with the DRC Congo situation, because that is the truth of the matter of what is happening. If you look at the Nigeria situation, because you can see the attacked region is where we have oil production, which is very active, and we can see people who are actually part and parcel of performing in all this. We can hear they're saying that it's men in uniform. So the question is the same thing you said about the arms, the weapons. Who is giving them this, uniforms? And also we've seen crises of where they have motorbikes, they go raiding homes and all that. Who's providing these motorbikes? Because I think you, as an African and being in the continent of Africa, Smart J, you've seen how Kenyans, especially, let me just say Africans, youths, how we save so
Mhm.
much to get something, and how meaningful it is. You won't take you've been saving literally a whole year or 2 years, umejinyima, you go get a motorbike, then put it on crime. That we've seen how many people will cry because after finding out that their bikes are literally being used to conduct any sort of crimes, they really get super super hurt. So it is true that Nigeria is being helped by the US to continue with this displacement of the people. And that is the same thing in Congo, in Sudan, in Kenya, some
I,
parts of Kenya, we have Marsabit, Turkana, and all that. Go on. We
I,
have
I
Keith in the
think I
building.
think I think anytime US gets knows that you have oil and or any precious mineral,
Mm-hmm.
they will just find you a right democracy, because from
Yeah.
that time they will discover that you don't have any democracy which is working.
Mm-hmm.
So the people who is causing all the issues are the US,
Mm-hmm.
because I think all those weapons
Mm-hmm.
um, are being supplied by the US in
Mm-hmm.
exchange of something. In exchange
Yep.
of something. So
Yep.
in any war, somebody is making business. In any
Mm-hmm.
war, somebody is making business. So I think here there is a maybe a country which is making business, and not only a country. There is some
Mm-hmm.
specific people. Maybe
Who
those
are
who are
Is he on
manufacturing this
TikTok,
gun.
Joby? Is he on
no?
TikTok?
Yeah, I'm on TikTok too. I'm on TikTok too. Yeah.
No, him. What is he on?
He's on StreamYard right here with us.
Oh,
I sent him the
okay.
link.
Okay. I wonder why he sounds so good. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
Karibu sana though.
Santi Sana. Go ahead.
Uh,
Go on, Smart
So
J.
I think those people who are manufacturing guns are the one who are profiteering from this whole saga. And also,
Mm-hmm.
I think this thing will not end if there is some people who are making money and
Mm-hmm.
others who are losing very much. I think we as Africans we are losing a lot because we are not only losing our minerals but also we are losing our lives,
True.
and our children are not going to school, and
Mm-hmm.
also our continent are being mapped as a dark continent where we have no
Mm-hmm.
business, we have no internet, we have no something.
Well,
So people
yeah,
will be
exactly.
thinking that
They're saying
people
that you're
people will be
savages.
thinking.
Saying you're savages. You're backward. You're stupid. You're supposed to be ruled. You're the dark continent. You're right. Go ahead.
So I think everybody will think that as we are left behind, nobody will know, will see us as we are. We can use an internet. We can be talking to you here in Kenya. I am using
Mm-hmm.
almost, I am using almost 100 Mbps of internet, but nobody will
Mm-hmm.
believe it if we is from the United States. So I think those people should not be fighting us. Should not be causing mayhem. Should just leave us
Mm-hmm.
to live our lives, no
Mm-hmm.
matter if we don't have money, if we
Well,
don't want to drive
why,
big cars, we don't want to
why
do
should I,
anything.
why should I leave you alone when Africa's so rich and I want it? Why should I leave you
No,
alone?
you know those, if you come with maybe this capitalism mind, so that you must work, you must to
Exactly.
do a white collar job, you must, we don't want that one. We
But
as
you
African
won't.
want.
But I want it. I want it. I'm gonna take it. I want it. What are you gonna do? But I want it. I know what you want. I know you don't want it. So what? I'm gonna take it.
Mhm,
You got the. You got the. You're on the richest continent on the planet. I want it. I don't care what you
mhm.
want. I don't care if you like. We don't want this. I don't care. I see you weak. I see you as docile. I'm coming to exploit you. What are you gonna do about
So
it? Go ahead.
what we will do, we will just make sure that we will not use your stuff. This is the first thing. We will just
Mm-hmm.
produce our own food. We don't want any assistance. If even if this money that we get from IMF and stuff, we don't need them, because
You
Yeah.
don't need it.
already we can grow our
but I'm
food.
but I'm forcing you to take it. I know you don't need the one. I'm forcing you to take it. I'm going to put a bullet in your head.
But eventually, us as African, we don't benefit from those money. I think
No,
you can see, like my country Kenya, we took almost 7 trillion in 10
Mm-hmm.
years in the
Mm-hmm.
reign of Uhuru Kenyatta.
Mm-hmm.
That 7 trillion Kenya shillings is a lot of money, but we didn't see it in any
no profit.
development,
Anywhere.
because
Exactly. You see
Yeah.
no
we
benefit
don't.
of it. You're exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
So I think these people give us money and they take it. it
Yes,
even even you,
it's on purpose. It's
even
I'm trying to indebt you. Understand? You're right. I'm trying to indebt you so I have control of your country. I want Kenya. I don't want you to have it. I want it. It's wealthy. I want it. I don't want you black, you Africans to have it. I want it. So I'm going to indebt you. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Just let
You
me
got
catch
it.
you both. This is why, like I said earlier, personally, and I feel that is the only way Africa will be able to understand. And I want actually the fact that I have you, Keith, and I have this brother right here. It's even gonna be a good, much more debate. I was saying
It's a good
today that I feel
conversation.
like Africa. I was saying I feel like Africa, we as a continent, we and this is us now eliminating Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso right now, because they have true democracy which is installed currently right now. But if you look at the rest of the countries, we've we've seen
Uh,
South Africa being called a xenophobic country, and who don't want to see any
Well,
other African people from
well,
other
you had,
African
well,
countries
you
in
had
their
to,
space.
because you practice tribalism. It's not the fact
Mm-hmm.
that it's not the fact that South Africans are xenophobic. The many times I've been there, the fact
Mm-hmm.
that they're kept ignorant, and so they
Mm-hmm.
think that these other Africans were now flooding the Africa. So everybody's got the internet. They say, "Oh, South Africa looks like Europe. I don't got to go over to Europe. I can go to Southern Africa." So they're getting flooded with other Africans from the continent because it's more developed. But
Mhm.
the Africans in South Africa have not been educated. They're
Mhm.
pretty stupid. So
Mhm.
that you got to think of ignorance uh, dealing with the xenophobia because
I
it's the
get
tribal.
that. I
Go ahead.
get that, but with
Yeah,
because you're saying, we'll ask, we stick, let's us stick to the debate where we're talking about, you want the resources, you don't
yeah,
care if I want it as an African or not, you want the resources. And then we come back now to the African themselves, where we understand well and clear, tribalism is divided us, still dividing us very,
that's what they did.
100%
Exactly.
effective. The borders and all that. And then we have now the law, because I was trying to understand the xenophobic situation in South Africa and how African countries law do work. And I remember, if you can remember, this was in 2022, we reported where we have so many Zambians in Kenya who are
Yeah,
actually begging the Kenyan government to
that
give them
them citizens,
identification cards.
and they won't do
Exactly.
it.
They
That's the
won't
thing
do it.
and that's what I'm talking about. That's
Mm-hmm.
the inhumanity that Africans put on other Africans. Them borders are fake. Was created by the white man. There was no Kenya, there was no Tanzania, there was no Zambia. You walk back and forth throughout Africa. So there could have been some, like I told you, the whole people that called Swaziland in South Africa came from Kenya 400 years ago. So are they still Kenyans or are they Swazilandians? The problem that Africa has been kept so ignorant and doesn't even know itself anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, why would if you got these Zambians who are Africans in your country, why wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
you make them citizens? But I bet you got white people in Kenya that are citizens because
Mm-hmm.
they're white. That's the self-hatred
And
you've been
Indians.
given by your enemy.
And
You got
Indians.
yeah, and you got a whole Indian come up there now, Kenyan tribe. But you got Africans that you don't allow to be a tribe in Kenya. You're talking about a backwards people that's ready to be dominated.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we're dominated on the continent because of the ignorance. Ignorance is palpable, and that's on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why Africa's the only place on the planet that's got school fees. School is free everywhere around the planet but Africa. School is fucking free. But you got Africans who can't even barely survive and scrape by and gotta pay for a substandard education of lies they get told because it's European based. All lies, all self hatred in that shit. And you gotta pay for it at that. So um, Africans are gonna have to fight. And my friend in Kenya's not understanding. They're not gonna leave you alone. That's why they came to Africa. They didn't come for no missionary shit. They got
Mm-hmm.
your goofy history books. Oh, they came to help Africans.
So I was saying, if you try look at the situation of like that, a good example of Kenya, Zambians being denied citizenship. That is our government, and I was saying, like, I feel like Africans. That is one of the way we practice. You called it inhumane, but personally, I called it xenophobic, or we practice xenophobic in an indirect mode, which is practiced by our
But
system, which is
you
our
don't
government,
xenophobe. You
our
don't
government.
because as African you're considered weak. You don't xenophobe the damn Indians. They're not indigenous to Africa. Well, you got Indians in South Africa. Everywhere the British went, they took the goddamn no good Indian. The Indian did wars against African people. The Indians treat African people like shit. But they've been made a whole people in Kenya, a whole people in Nigeria, a whole people in South Africa, a whole people in Zimbabwe. Wherever the British went, they took that no good Indian with them as a buffer race. But you got the audacity not to see your other African as yourself. But this whole Indian who's a foreign who committed genocide against African people is now got Kenyan citizenship.
That I think we have been brainwashed. I think we have been
That's
brainwashed to see
right.
our
Yes.
brothers. We see our brothers as if they are not our brothers.
Yeah.
If I
Exactly.
see a Nigerian, if I see a Nigerian, I see him as a scammer. If I see maybe a South African, yeah,
See, you see, that is a brother who just popped into there. They say this, you know. Continue.
so we have been brainwashed to see our brothers as if they are not people who can we can interact with them because West Africa. they just speak about in French, so we cannot understand each other. If in East Africa, Kenya and Uganda, they speak in English.
Mhm.
Tanzania, they speak in Kiswahili. So we have been mixed in a way that we cannot understand each other.
On
If we get
purpose. That's right.
if we get one language, if we get one language, if we get one
Exactly.
language that we
That's
can speak
Kiswahili.
on and in, that is Kiswahili. So that
Yes.
if we speak with you, we know that we are from the same continent and we
Yep.
can understand each other. That will be a very good milestone.
It
True.
would be.
But here in Kenya, somebody will tell me that my child only speaks in English, and he will speak with me as if with confidence, as if that is a very good thing to tell me,
I
that my child only
know.
Because
knows
because
English.
that's the self hate that you got from the colonizer. You having to speak the colonized language, but not Kiswahili is a beautiful language. I speak English. Look how good my English is. So what, moron? You a colonized mind.
It's true. I agree with him because I agree with you, Smart Jay, because we've been seeing parents embracing English, and it's become a thing, actually, a culture right now where we have parents who don't want their children to know Swahili at all, just know
Wow, that's
English. And
crazy. That's
yeah,
absolutely. You talking about colonized? That's shout out to Dr. Eric Connor. You talking about a colonized mind? Colonized, completely colonized. Go ahead, Joe.
it is.
So,
It is.
Wow.
uh,
It is
so
crazy. Go on, Smart Jay.
I will join in conversation. Let me look something here, then I will come in. Give me like
Yeah,
two
go ahead.
Okay.
minutes.
All right.
See,
No
we
problem.
lost we lost a brother from Tanzania because we lost that channel. I told him I was Black Empire Network Live until tomorrow. I
Mm,
told him to join up with the other channels. That brother, Pharaoh Williams, name from Tanzania.
mm-hmm.
You know, that's the kind of conversation that brother would be in as well. But yeah, talking about a complete colonized mind. I don't want my own language, my own African language, which is beautiful. I'd rather speak the colonized language. That makes me feel better because you're talking about self hate. You've been taught and it's indoctrinated in your school system. Girls can't grow their hair is bad. Being black is bad.
I remember it was vice versa growing up. It used to be when you go to the village and you can speak fluent Swahili, it used to be a flex. But nowadays, is if you can speak good English, it's a flex. It is crazy, and how we are embracing the westernization in our culture. We need to change all that. But in this Nigeria situation, again, I believe that Buhari is the one to be answerable to all that is happening, just like what Smart J was saying, because this is a distraction, just the same way we see in DRC Congo, the same way we see in some parts of Kenya, Turkana, Marsabit. You guys, did you see we had a 11-year-old who was raped in this place? And this is just because of oil. The same thing that is going on in Nigeria. We're having women and children, young girls who actually bear and suffer the trauma and this distraction, the rapes, you know, and there's nothing being done. This is becoming a norm in Africa, and this is because of resources. And this is where, if I now try look at the Zambians or like the crisis I was reporting today in coming from Uganda, where we can see the increase of population in Uganda has risen by 3.6%, which we have 1.6 million people who have moved right now in Uganda. We're talking about South people from South Sudan. We're talking about people from Democratic Republic of Congo, which I highly support. Because once we have these data being given to us, there's always something coming after that. And check out, we're gonna see Museveni maybe saying, "No, we're having too many people." The same thing we had Kagame saying some time back. Too many people are flocking my country. Da, 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 da. There's something he said that was, I think, in 2022. Too many people are flocking my country and all that nonsense. And I'm certain we're gonna see also Museveni talking about this, which I encourage Congolese, South Sudanese to invade Uganda, settle with no fear, unapologetically settle. Because these people have come into your home unapologetically. You should go to their houses as well unapologetically. You know, that is what needs to happen. And for us to be able to conquer this is why Ugandans, Congolese, South Sudanese, The same way Kenyans with the Zambians and
We're the
everyone, because
same.
we also have
We're the same
Congolese,
people.
Rwandese.
We're the same people. So what do you do? What do you do, Joby, when there was no border? Uganda just on the border of Congo. When a white
This
man came, there was no border there.
that,
So,
that actually should this should we should actually take this as an opportunity of us strengthening our unity. Once we see
yeah.
Zambians, Rwandese, my nail tech is a Rwandese, and he was telling me a good story about Rwanda and Kagame being effed up, and now clubbing in Uganda is so good, you know.
Come on. Are you gonna share the story with us or what? Is it a secret or something?
You missed it in the morning. You were
Okay.
sleeping. But yeah, he was telling me how their women are supposed to be just, they're chilled people. When you try to look at the Kenyan women and the Rwandese women, we're more hardworking than the Rwandese women. Like he said, the
Of
Rwandese women
course.
for them is to look beautiful, stay in the house. Like they're so unbothered about life. And
It's supposed
clubbing
to
there, he told me it's boring. If I go to Rwanda, I should not bother about clubbing, just party in the house. Because there you have to have headphones, you just party with the headphones on. It's not loud music. I'm like, hell no.
how
Ah,
you
nah,
party?
nah.
Okay, I think he said, I don't know, that's how you party with headphones. I had Spikes and them down there with they had no headphones on when they went to
I
the
don't.
club.
It seems like rules have changed. It seems like the rules have changed because it just came to Kenya
Might
recently.
be.
If I'm not
Okay,
wrong.
yeah, okay, there might have been the Gambia's a dictator, so that's why you'll see them on the internet. Like you ask them, hey man, why don't we see you any of you Wandis on the internet? Yeah, that's
Boy, this dude has no fun even. He's struggling. But anyway,
he just okay, he just got there. But how did he make it? How did he stick all the way across Uganda and because Rwanda you got to go through Uganda before you get to Kenya. How did he make it to Kenya? Shit.
I think that's my next story, and then I'll record for you guys and send it to you. I'll try. That's the next. I don't be speculating people like that, Keith. You know me
I,
better.
I know. I know. That's African. You don't like to talk to the other. You don't like to talk to nobody. I get into the story. I want to know now, brother. How'd you get it from Rwanda? You already broke. Because that means you had to move up through Uganda and then get from Uganda to Kenya. How'd you do it? I know you didn't come across the regular border because you damn sure ain't got no passport. I know you don't got no passport. So you went the back way into Kenya. I know you're illegal. I know you're a whole illegal alien in Kenya. I know you're illegal, brother. Yes, I am. I'm illegal. But don't
I'll
tell
ask
nobody.
him next
Uh,
time. I'll ask him next time because we've not been that close. I'm just trying. We're getting to open to each other right now because he's improved on his, on his tech of making nails. So we're trying to
yeah,
open up to each other.
yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. He had learned. He had learned. He had learned his technique. It's hard to know. You're going through the woods of Rwanda up to Uganda and over to Kenya. Shit, that's a hard. That's a long trek, Joby.
Must be tough, must be rough over
That's
there.
right.
But
That's
anyway,
right.
shout out to Jiba Jabba in the building. Man, I can being honest, I can't believe on no Rwanda. Being honest. I'm a noisy person. I'm a noisy person just myself. I'm not gonna sit in the house with no music, just silence. Yeah. Nah.
Because
It,
only reason you're not gonna do it, Joe, because you wasn't raised in that culture. If you're raised that way, you would think that would be normal, even though
you
that would go with your personality, but you would think that would be normal. Then when
I
you
get
leave for a while, you're like, wow, oh, Africa's different. This place is Kagama's got a whole kingdom of craziness going on over there.
I know. You too, David, you wouldn't. I know you wouldn't. Tell me you wouldn't because it's crazy. I can't stay there. I can't stay there. But anyway, then imagine you have to club with the headphones on. We used to making noise in the club. We used to,
Hey, hey, so
different. Yeah.
I guess he destroyed your myth that Rwanda had money if he's running from Rwanda to get to Kenya.
You did what?
I mean, you thought Rwanda had money. I told you Rwanda's a poor country. He ran from Rwanda. He knew he didn't want to stop in Uganda. He said, "Whoa, this is worse than Rwanda. I can't stop in no Uganda." He
Mm-hmm,
kept going till he got to Kenya.
mm-hmm. But shout out to DJ Flani, karibu sana, nice to see you. Kumekuwa na weekend fiti. I see you saying, yo, mambo niko fiti. You're asking, is Zoza Radio part of Blackout Fire? You're just curious. No, it's not. I'm certain you've seen someone you used to see work here, probably there. I'm not sure of
He said,
your
he said,
question.
what
So
now? Is the radio what
is
now?
is asking if Zoza Radio is part of Blackout Fire Network. No, it's not. We are different. You, oh yeah, I knew it. You seen someone who works here, who used to work here, who's working there. I've seen. I tend to,
Oh, that's
so,
probably that's probably
yes,
that's probably Katie. She probably broke.
yeah.
She's probably making
Mm-hmm.
$2 a day. So wish her well. Wish her well.
Mm-hmm. Good luck. Yeah, good luck. And I also see David says I can't stay also there. Earphones yet. You're in a club. I know it's crazy. I
I don't
can't.
know. I don't know about that. That sounds crazy. How you listen to music with headphones on? That sounds crazy.
It is very possible because I think they are trying to. There's some clubs. I think I'm not sure how true it is, but I think kuna clubs zenye watu wana dance na my headphones to, like, it's not loud music and all that. Like, I'm not sure you guys confirm with me, especially you DJ Flani, confirm with me. I think you should know this better. You've been a DJ, but I also see you saying I am smart. Yes, my DCI mode is very very high. My CIA mind is very, I'm easy to connect dots easily. So I knew the moment I saw the question who you're talking about. But anyway,
Uh,
Chris, shout
Talk
out
about
to
talking about Katie getting it rough, having it rough. Good luck to you. Now we had to let her go. Let her know she had to get. We had to fire. She got fired. So good luck to her over there. It's gonna get rough making $10 a week.
But anyway, I also see Jiba Jaba in the building. Karibu sana once again. And to everyone who's joining us on YouTube, Karibuni sana. I see all of you right here. And I also see Jiba Jaba saying real assets traded for promissory notes, reserve currency. And I also see you saying that the
Exactly.
EU is visa free. Why not Africa? I know. Why not Africa? And this, I want to share this video. Smart J, could you just a little bit mute
Just
your
mute his
mic?
mic. Now just mute his mic for him, yo.
Okay, he knows how to do it. I've seen he's
Okay.
smart to the stream yet.
All right.
Yeah, he's saying Jibajabi is saying that the EU is visa free. Why not Africa? So we have this African who goes by the name Kemi Seba. I don't know how many of you know him. He was I was trying to check his
I never
what is
heard
he
of him.
known for? He is 42 years of age and is born in Stelio Galiz. Um and he's a
Where?
Pan-Africanist
We
political
born
leader.
where? We born
He
where?
was he was born in Stelio Galiz.
Belize.
Yeah,
With a G?
yeah, with a G.
What part of Africa is that at?
I don't know where that is.
I, ne-
But yeah,
I never heard that. I've been over at Belize.
he is a
There's no.
Pan-Africanist political
Okay.
leader, French Beninese writer, and a geopolitical journalist seen
That must
as
be French.
prominent
French.
figure.
French Benin.
Mm-hmm.
Belize. Okay. That's
Mm-hmm.
Benin. Go ahead. Okay.
So he went ahead and banned passports, and I want to read one of the article before I get to share because I don't think we can hear what he says in French right here. They say a Pan-Africanist Kemi Seba has banned his French passport after authorities threatened to revoke it. The French-born Beninese activist performed the stunt at a press conference at the weekend, and he also aimed a fiery speech at the French state, claiming it treated black people like dogs. Seba's strong anti-imperialist views on Africa and the Caribbean have long been a source of irritation for Paris, and he is the founder of the International Pan-Africanist Organization, agencies Pan-Africanists, and they traveled and has traveled the world fighting French neocolonialism. In 2018, he set fire to the CFA franc banknotes in Senegal to protest the use of French colonial currency. Clearly,
Exactly.
his activism got too much from French authorities, who recently sent him a letter stating a French person who actually behaves as a national of a foreign country if he has the nationality of the country, be declared to have lost French nationality by decree with the assets of
So
the
what?
concealed.
So what?
And
I get it. I give you French citizenship back. I'm African. Fuck France.
mhm, mhm. So yeah, we can see the action it took right here, and I believe this is what we need to do. Understanding
Exactly.
unity again, if we go back to why we need to be united, why we need to accept Zambians, why we should see that as a strong whole point for us, why we
Well,
should take that as
well, how did
strength,
how did Zambians
instead of
become
putting
Zambian? How did Kenyans become Kenyan? The white man. How do Ugandans become Ugandans? The white man. How did Namibians become Namibians? The white man. How did Nigerians become Nigerians? The white man. How did Ghanaians become Ghanaians? The white man. Those
Mm-hmm.
borders didn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't exist.
It's mm-hmm. Juba Jaba also says English is a gutter language. It mimics
It
other
is.
languages badly.
Use other
That
use other met use other languages like German, parts of France, and parts of Spanish. It is. It's a garbage language. But that Job and the other guy on he was talking about, they don't know that. They're ignorant, even with their scoopies, they don't know what English is even derived of. It was considered a bastardized language. That's what it is. They don't know that. The British, they conquered us and I must know the British language. It's so royal. What?
mm-hmm.
Shut up, moron.
It is crazy. But as we get to move on to the next conversation or the next video I was to share is about the 2010 earthquake from Haiti, where we can see that we had the Clinton Foundation, which was actually very active
Told
in
you.
child sex
Now
trafficking.
remember, yeah, now pause the joke. Remember,
Mhm.
we found out who was in control of the gold. Clinton's brother in
Yeah,
Haiti.
yeah.
Yeah. How about that?
Crazy. This is so crazy. So I want to share this. I hope my internet behaves. If it doesn't, we shall just discuss the few we shall. I hope it behaves. I really, really hope it behaves. But anyway, here's the video. Let's see. Okay. So this one won't behave. So let me share this one.
I'm gonna put the power on this phone. Yeah.
You've not found a charger?
Nah, I'm not near charge. I gotta wait till I get back to Pensacola and get another charger. I'm about an hour away. So I might be gone an hour if I can. I got one more phone in here, but I don't know how. I don't got no headpiece for it.
This is gonna be rough. This is gonna be tough. Tadunda na hiyo pikipiki mbali sana. Piga hapa kelele tu. Shout out to you, Joe Mosquito. Shout out to you. My internet is misbehaving. I hope it really acts up. My internet is very, very misbehaving. Very slow. Very, very slow. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna share this, but the video was just showing us what took place when the earthquake took place. And which I question again, if you try look at how they control the weather, because I have so many questions in that, how they control the weather. Was this intentional, or was this a natural, you know, calamity that took effect? So I was seeing that that was in 2010 where we had the Haiti earthquake. The Haiti earthquake was a catastrophe magnitude that with seven megawatt earthquake that struck Haiti. 16. That was, yeah. So I'm not sure if this was natural or this was a coast earthquake. But anyway, let me share this. My internet. My internet. Good evening to Joe Mosquito. My internet is really, really messed up. Shout out to you, Awino.
I think if you have the link, you can share on the comment section.
Yeah, yeah, sure. I do have the link. I'll share the link, but I also want to share with these people right here on Streamer. But let me share the link with you in case you do need it. Or maybe you can share from your end. Maybe you know how to share from your end. Maybe you can share from your end if your internet is okay. But my internet is very pathetic.
Okay, I will do so. I'll do so. Let me just share that so that I can present it here.
Okay, that's the link. Let me try.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
God damn. My internet has been really, really bad today. I apologize for that, but anyway, I hope we will manage. Shout out to you, Lady Q OG. Thank you so much for tapping the screen and welcome. My internet is really pathetic. It's really, really very, very bad, very slow. Okay, there we have our brother trying to share the video. So let me pull this down. Okay.
Some viewers
Kindly
may
just
find the
widen the
following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
A major earthquake shook the Caribbean nation of Haiti late today. It hit just 14 miles from the capital city, Port-au-Prince. The U.S. Geological Survey reported a magnitude of 7.0, the largest ever recorded in that region. Reports said the presidential palace and a hospital collapsed, along with other buildings. The president and his wife escaped injury, but dozens of other people were killed or buried under rubble.
10 Americans have been detained by Haitian police as they tried to bus more than 30 children across the border into the Dominican Republic, allegedly without proper documents.
We had 33 children from the age of 2 months to 12 years.
So just pause it a little bit.
In the
Just
course
pause it
of
for me a little
the
bit.
time
you
frame,
can.
we had them with.
Yeah. So the question that when you look at this situation, it took me back to, I don't know if you're familiar, Smart J, with the situation where we had some kids who are found in a plane, out of nowhere, like in a plane. They were supposed to be transported to God knows where, but we've been seeing the rate of children abduction and children disappearing. It has increased so much in the African continent. It has been on the rise, and this just makes me question, especially when what is happening in Haiti today, with so far knowing that we have 90% of the gangs who control Haiti, and then we're seeing people fleeing from wherever they can, trying to save their lives, trying to do whatever they can to save themselves. Actually, it makes me question if this was in 2010 and an earthquake is an advantage they took to literally traffic children. What more Or what's worse that they're doing right now? That is the question I have. What's more or worse that they're doing right now that we don't know? And I'll not be surprised because I mean it's a lot. It's all a lot. But anyway, continue.
With us. Obviously, the entire team deeply fell in love with these children. They're very, very precious kids that have lost their homes and their families and are so deeply in need of, most of all, God's love and his compassion and just a very nurturing setting.
The Americans are Baptist church members from Idaho, and they were planning to take the children to the Dominican Republic, where they plan to establish an orphanage. The group's leader, Laura Silsby, says the group paid no money for the children and obtained them from a well-known pastor who heads a religious ministry in Haiti.
Our understanding was that we were told by a number of people, including Dominican authorities, that we would be able to bring the children across. I understand that. Sir, that's the mistake obviously we made, is we did not understand that there was additional paperwork required.
From the moment of their arrest, they had defended their innocence, saying they were just trying to help the children. And after 3 long weeks in jail, a Haitian judge believed them, granting freedom to 8 of the 10 Americans charged with child trafficking.
The court recognized that there's any evidence about their guilty. They are all innocent.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I can tell you. And the world has to know, after these issue, that this American, all of them are innocent. As I promised you that they will be free, 8 of them are now free.
The judge did, however, order that the group's leader, Laura Silsby, and another woman remain in custody. They were in Haiti before the earthquake, and their activities are the subject of further investigation.
Personally, I'm not surprised they walk scot-free. We just had recently a whole Germany, however you want to pronounce them, who walked scot-free on a bond of 1 million Kenyan shillings right here in Kenya. And this after them being found guilty of sex, child trafficking, and a whole lot of bunch of things that they were accused of. So I'm not surprised, it's some black people from Haiti. You say they don't care even where you come from, do they? They don't care what tribe you come from. So I'm not surprised, personally, being honest, that they can do this, or they walk scot-free, where African lives are involved and the white supremacy is involved. Expect no justice. I mean, even your very own people, your own government will not give you justice. So you expect a German, a British man to be arrested because they were found guilty of sex trafficking? No. So I'm not surprised, personally, and much more. So much and much more. Continue, my brother.
The group of Americans, most of whom are Baptist missionaries, were caught trying to take 33 Haitian children across the border to the Dominican Republic. It was also learned one of the lawyers defending the group was a man suspected of sex trafficking. Haiti's President René Préval defended the judge's decision and dismissed concerns the court had been persuaded by U.S. officials to set the Americans free.
The judiciary system is totally independent.
Silsby is back on American soil. She was freed by Haitian authorities after she was convicted of illegally trying to take dozens of Haitian children out of the country in the wake of January's giant earthquake. She cried as she greeted family members at the airport.
It was incredible. I just give praise to my God. I thank him for bringing me home. It was incredible. I just give praise to my God. I thank him for bringing me home.
Silsby said her faith had gotten her through the ordeal, but she declined to answer reporters' questions about what the last 3 months have been like.
I'll talk about that maybe at a later time. Today is a day of celebration, enjoying my family and my friends, and I've longed for this for a long time.
In addition to her family, members of her church also showed up to greet her.
Their faithful prayers have meant a tremendous amount to me, and we just serve an awesome God. He is sovereign, and I just give all the praise and glory to him.
Now, I wonder what God she's actually talking about here.
She was originally charged with kidnapping and criminal association. Those charges were dropped for her and the 9 other Americans who were part of her group. They've also been released.
Huma was actually emailing Hillary Clinton email updates on the Silsby, Haiti situation. In one of the emails, a plan to just take the children is even discussed. After being convicted of kidnapping 33 Haitian children who had families, Laura changed her name to Laura Gaylor and worked for the US government for Amber Alerts, a service which deals with missing children. Does that sound normal to you? Someone who's been convicted of child trafficking to be involved in such a service? Monica Peterson was the assistant director of the Human Trafficking Center in Haiti and was critical of the Clinton Foundation and its role in human trafficking in the region. She was later found dead of apparent suicide.
Yeah. He was suicided. That's right. Shut your damn mouth.
Max McCobie served as James Elefantis' lawyer in a blackmail case against ex-boyfriend David Brock. In 2008, Comet Ping Pong wanted to obtain the permissions needed to operate and hold events later than midnight. One man who I mentioned in episode 5, Pizzagate, named Frank Winstead, claimed Elefantis was going to turn the neighborhood into a haven for rapes and murders. It was
Now,
Michael McCobie that then chimed in to defend Elefantis and Comet Ping Pong, claiming that he would remove anyone that got in Comet's way. This all
Elefantis, I'm saying, Elefantis is a Rothschild. Oh, they always change the name. I think he says it in his system. Elefantis is a Rothschild. That's what he is. That's who he is. He's a Rothschild. They changed the names so you won't know who the hell they are. But go ahead, Joe. What you got?
Go on, Smart J. It's not me sharing. My internet was pathetic. I had to share the
all
link.
happened at a community meeting. Michael McCobie was the leadership advisor for Friends of the Orphans, and Max McCobie was the director of Friends of the Orphans. Both were personal lawyers of James Elefantis. Friends of the Orphans is now called NPH USA and is the non-profit organization where Laura Silsby took 33 kids from. Researchers noted that Laura Silsby had visited the White House multiple times, and each time she visited, one person visited the White House only a few hours later. Can you guess who? James Elefantis has a special privilege with customs when shipping live art, never having to even show anyone what he is actually transporting inside the containers.
Yeah, I think that's the end of the
Don't
video,
forget
if
to
I'm not
subscribe and click
wrong.
the notification bell for more must-see videos.
Thank you, Smart J, for sharing. You can now pull it down. I appreciate so much. Santi Sana. That is the video over there. And just, this is something that has been happening for years. If I try look at, this is older than
Yep.
me, literally. This is so old than
Yeah.
me. This is something
Yeah.
we've been doing.
Yeah.
You know?
Much
This
older
is,
than you. Don't be just turned 25. It's older than me. Don't be it's older than me. Come on.
this is older than all of us. And this has been happening, and it's crazy. All of these people get to work scot-free. They get to change their names. If they talk too much, if you get to hear they died under unknown circumstances and all kind of nonsense and bullshit. Nobody's gonna be held
They committed
accountable.
they committed they committed suicide.
And that is what is
It's
happening.
called
I think
they were suicided. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go on, Smart J.
I think that when we say somebody commit, I think when we say that somebody committed suicide, I think it's another meaning that he or she was killed. And
Yeah, they were
I have read
assassinated. It's called
somewhere that
suicide.
Hillary Clinton friends, yeah, Hillary Clinton friends has almost 200 people who has committed suicide or died under mysterious
Yeah.
circumstances. So, if you are somebody who your friends have committed suicide, many of them, you should be questionable for the things you are trying to
I,
hide.
I like your I like your analysis, though. I do like
That
your analysis.
that
I'm not gonna lie.
that's his African mind. They were killed by the Clintons, man, and they were suicided. You're
Yeah,
dealing with the world's power. The Clintons are Rockefellers and Rothschilds directly. These people were suicided. Yes.
Shout out to John Mosquito in the building. Nice to see you on TikTok and also on YouTube. You're saying hi, YouTubers. Hi to you, TikToker. How you doing? Are you and Instagrammer? How you doing? Nice to see you here. And you're asking if this is Simba. I'm not gonna lie. It sounds like Simba to me, but apparently it's not Simba. He has a
You don't
say.
you don't sound like Simba to me. Simba's an old time coon. This brother
No,
like
his voice sounds like not his thoughts, not his thinking. His thoughts are brilliant than Simba's. I'm not gonna cap.
Simba had a colonized mind. You think what Kenya would be that the white man civilized us? Brother, that's a lie. The white man built the buildings in Kenya, and we wouldn't be the same without the white man. All right, nigga. All right.
I was saying,
give
but
up.
this is becoming also a norm in Africa. This is why we're seeing these popping cults of, the cults going on. And we're seeing our president, all they can say is condolences to the family that lost their people through this cult and all that. Where are the organs? That's the question.
Exactly.
Where are the organs? Because we had some organs missing on babies, on women, on literally
They had some white kids. There's some white kids and white old people in Europe. That's where they at. That's where
It's
they at.
crazy. It is crazy. And this is where, again, Africans need to be very highly educated. We can't be welcoming to our enemies. We've seen perfect example. I love using Uganda because it's been a very good operational stage or base where we can see white people, women, men coming and lying to women. I am a doctor. You don't need to go far to get your treatment. I'm a quack doctor who can give you some quack vaccine, and you take it. And then you end up literally losing your kids and so much more we've seen in the African continent. So we need to be educated much more. This needs to be passed to our people, especially in the villages, because I think right now this is why people have become so brilliant. They know that now the places, they know the people in the city already know who they are somehow, and maybe some of us, not all of us, we still have our women who are so much obsessed with them Zungu, dating a white man, it's a flex and all that. Shout out to you for effing with them lies and all that. And the hair, oh God.
Got to deal with the light. Got to deal with the lights and the hairy back, Joey. My back is brush my back, baby. Brush my back, baby.
Go on, Swaji.
I also think these many vaccines that we are being given, that polio vaccine, what COVID vaccine, these are things that will come and
Yeah.
affect us in future.
We can't say that on YouTube. Exactly right. We can't say that. Let's be quiet. Yeah, those vaccines are all good, healthy, and effective. They're all great.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. They're all
Mm-hmm.
good for us. We
let
know
me
that they are something else, allegedly, but we know what they are. If you're not a smart African and know that these BACCINEs are counter to your existence, then you are there's something wrong with you.
Mm-hmm.
So, but on YouTube we gotta say that they're all good, they're safe and effective. They're
We
all
call
safe
them
and
big.
effective.
We call them ugali shot smart J. We call them
Yeah,
ugali shot, big
we got
ugali shot.
okay.
we got the
Okay,
big Ugali
these
shot.
things are too good for us. I think we can say that these things are too good for us, and
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
maybe
There you go.
we,
There you go. There you go. That's right. Exactly. That's
Yeah.
that's 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 perfect. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Very,
right.
very. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Very, very good. City
Right.
job is great. The vaccine is good.
you
Yeah.
know,
Right. That is very great.
Right. They're too good for us.
if
Mm-hmm.
if we go and depend somebody to give us this kind of platform, we should mask our sayings with our
Yeah.
languages, because they will
True.
Of
not
course.
understand our languages. So because if we say it in their languages, they will learn that we are talking about the same things, and they
You
will
That take
just know,
that take
you
it
they
are
will
down.
fight us.
you
They
We'll
will
be
ban
banned.
these
That take us
accounts. They
down.
will do something.
Yeah, they've already
Yeah.
done that. They believe me.
So I
They've taken around many of our accounts. But we own our own shit.
so
We own our own radio station, our own network.
So I think we should fight to be self-sustainable in our own media platforms. We should have
We
our
are.
own media platform
We
to
got
educate
it.
our own people,
You,
so
you,
that
we
so that
we got dependent on them.
we should not be masking we should not be masking a lot of information here, so that to please some people. And we all know the truth is that certain things that we are using are affecting us, and they know that our population is growing on very fast,
Exactly.
and they need
He
to
figured it
control
out.
that
Ding,
to
ding, ding,
populate
ding,
us.
ding, ding,
So
ding.
so we should not be accepting everything that comes from that side, and we consume it as we have not. We should not we should not consume any information or anything from that other side,
Yeah,
and we consume it because we know that they know that in 1963 population of Kenya was 8 million. In now as we are
that's
speaking, it's
60 million.
53 million.
That's 53.
It's almost
I think it's closer to 60. To tell you the truth.
60 million. And every day, even now when we are talking, somebody is being born. So our population is
Right?
growing fast. They need to
Exactly.
see what is this thing that will cause our population to go down. So
Uh-huh.
one of them is that one. So one which,
Yep.
if we continue accepting everything, if we continue accepting everything, because I even today I saw somewhere that we
Who are
have a
your
free
parents?
medical.
I need to find your parents and give them a damn hug. Shit. I need to find your parents and give them a hug
I
for
saw that
raising you right.
coming. Anyway, continue,
Go ahead, you guys go ahead.
Also Africans love almost free things, because I saw Africans, when you tell Africans to join Facebook or YouTube, they will tell you that they will accept to join because it's free, but they will not know that they are selling your information to other parties, or they are using the information to sell something. So this medical camps that Africans are being told that it's free. You have something to be checked on, checkups, what checkups, and eye checkup, and what checkup. If you go there and test yourself, uh, surprisingly, you will be given a disease to treat,
Yes,
even if you are
yes,
healthy. So they will
yes.
have to sell you something, and you will buy it indirectly, because you will buy their medicine, you will buy their maybe testing machines in future, and you will be depressed, because when you learn that you are very sick, you will be depressed, and they will consume all your money, and you will die. So I think don't
True.
go and check, because I think these hospitals are in business, just like supermarkets and everything. So if you don't uh, if you don't look after your health, people will profit from it, and they will look for ways to cash in from you, because many Africans believe on their doctors very well. When the
True.
doctor says that in the
Good luck to
morning
them.
take this medicine, in the morning take this medicine two times in a day, you will not question. You will not question. You will just go and say, at what time can I start? You will just ask me, at what time can I take? How many? Is this good? But you will not question, is this medicine good for me? Will I continue being fertile? Will it affect my
Exactly.
reproduction?
Now
No,
remember
those are
that
the
exactly
questions
what
we
you're
should be
saying.
asking.
And they've already
Because these things
sterilized
like
women in Kenya and Ethiopia. They've already sterilized women in Kenya and Ethiopia and parts of all the African continent. Exactly right. But these things have
so
me. Will I still be able
if
to have children? Am I still be fertile? Exactly. Go ahead. You got it.
so I think they will just control our population because they will sterilize the women, even men. They will
That's what.
encourage vasectomy
Mm-hmm.
and things which will be attractive, and also they will affect our own economy. They will cause our economy to crash, so that even if you have a family, you will not afford
All right.
to raise them
Exactly.
because our
That's what.
economy will be
Where's
crushed.
this man? How's this
How-
man? How's this
in the
man walking around Africa and not being suicided?
I don't know how. They're looking
so
for us.
they will
They're
cause our
looking for us.
economies. They, they will cause our economies because how can you explain a currency like Nigeria to lose 50% of its value in almost one day? A
Because
currency
that's
like Egypt,
exactly
they cause a currency.
that's on purpose because the people that actually run the world they devalue currency because they get to print money from nothing. The money has no intrinsic value. It only has a value that I say it does and you agree upon it. Because their money's not backed by anything. They print money from nothing. So who gave them the
That,
right to print this money
that,
from nothing? Go ahead.
that's why I say we should be using Bitcoin. I am a strong believer of Bitcoin because I know it is capped under 21 million. That is what I know. And also, it cannot be created under thin air because if we continue creating money every day, we should it will cause inflation, and our life will be too
Exactly.
hard,
Loses
and the rich
value.
will become rich and the poor will become poor.
That's what that's what it's designed to do. That's what
Mm-hmm.
it's designed to
But
do when you get to print money from nothing. Oh, go ahead, Jumbo.
mm-hmm. Yeah, speaking of money,
Yes.
which gets us to our major focus of the day, which is about banks rolling out on biometrics, which we can see that very soon they want to take control of everything, including our even how we gonna be controlling our lives. That is even what we're gonna be purchasing, at what commodity, at what quality or quantity we should be purchasing our own things. I think this is something I remember when I was very new at Blackout Fire. Keith was actually talking about this, and it's finally here. It's finally
Yeah,
been,
very dangerous.
being pushed. Yeah, it's finally being pushed. We saw Kenya a couple months ago. We were being told, you remember Ruto coming
I'm sure,
preaching this
yeah,
out?
yeah, shoot your eye. Put this in your eye. And I said, hey, these morons, don't let like, oh my God. We're gonna give you 3 shillings. What? Hey,
No, it was
you
it
have to
was
take the 3 shillings.
7,000. It was
I'm
7,000 when we
joking,
had
Joby. I know it. I know. I'm joking. I'm
okay.
joking. I'm joking.
Okay.
You're gonna give all your data, your
I think
information. It'll give you 7,000 shillings. No. Go ahead.
I think if the government roll about the US, I think that is the digital currency for each
Exactly
government.
what
They
it is,
need
and
to
that's
roll
a
out
no.
digital
That's
currency for each
that's the
government
rollout. He's
because
right. How you know so much? God damn it, how you know so much in
I
Africa? That's
think
true. That's the
I
rollout.
think
And
I
that's
think
a
I think
no-no.
I think I think this is the plan. They need to get a digital currency. They need to
Yes.
get a digital ID. They need
Yes.
to get something that they will locate you. And if you just try and
So say
oppose the
you'll
government
be
and
turned off.
they
That's
block
right.
that ID,
Yeah, yeah, that's
you
right.
will
Your
be
shit's
blocked
all
from
turned off.
all the government services. So I think this thing is not too good for us because they will
Yeah. How
they will
about
be
how
monitoring
about
our
that?
all
Yeah.
transactions.
Yes, it's not good
They
for
will
us.
be
Yes.
monitoring our whole transaction,
Yes.
and they
That's
can
on
block any amount in or out anytime.
exactly. That's what it's for. That's
So
what they
these
so
people,
go read the What he's saying is true, man. Like I told Demore, go read the WEF papers, the World Economic Forum. That's what they plan to do globally. They control the world, and that's part of the depopulation program. It's all is connected. Exactly what he's saying. He's figured it out 100%. He's correct. Go ahead.
We should not allow these people to control all our money. I think if you control money in any population, you will control the citizens. They will be just
Exactly.
begging, and they will have no say to fight the government, because they know the government will just press a button and they will close your
That's
account.
right. Turn all
So
your shit off. That's right.
even now, even now, I think we should do something that is not. We should not centralize money. We
Not
should do
centralize
something
it.
which is
Exactly.
decentralized.
It's about like a,
We
it's
should
about
not
something like a
centralize money.
blockchain. Exactly, something like a blockchain. You can not allow them
Blockchain.
to centralize. Exactly.
We
You
should
cannot allow them to centralize any of this money. Exactly right.
we should not have a central bank to control
No.
our money, so
Exactly.
that
Who
as our
owns? But
citizens,
let me ask, who owns the central banks though? Who owns them? Say the name with me.
it's the
All central
government.
banks. No, the government don't own no banks. Your central banks ain't owned by your government. It's owned by these families called the Rothschilds and Rockefellers. The Bank of Kenya is not controlled, owned by no Kenyans. It's owned by the Rothschild family. Bank of England, the Rothschild family. The Federal Reserve Bank in America, the Rothschild family. They own the banks, not the government. They control the government. The governments are just puppets. See, that's where it gets really deep. You go down this rabbit hole of who owns these central banks. Do this for me, Joby.
Okay.
Let's open up Google real quick. Say, who owns the majority? And this way they're gonna hide it. They used to say it, used to tell you, but now that you know it too much, they're starting to hide it. Say, who owns the majority of central banks on the planet? And we all know it is. We did it. I mean, you go to it's better just go to YouTube. It has YouTube. They'll pop up the video for you now. That's why they want to give it a TikTok, because these young Africans are starting to know what I know. They start to know that these banks are not owned by no damn government. Governments are just puppets.
So I see an article which comes as a conspiracy theory, but what is a
See?
conspiracy theory is a
It's
truth.
like a conspiracy theory. They're doing a conspiracy theory now, but it's gonna have those people named. It's a conspiracy theory, but it's gonna name the Rothschild, and that's a fact. Because
So this is
go ahead.
This was in 2023, last year, March 31st, where we had an article, actually a fact check, that revealed that central banks are publicly owned and controlled by Rothschild family. The Rothschilds.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. That's been known for the last 200 years. That's a fact. The Rothschild family owns the central banks on this planet. That's a fact. The Federal Reserve Bank in America that prints these fake dollars is owned by the Rothschilds. That's a fact. Rothschilds, Rockefeller. These are facts. It's not a conspiracy theory. Not my opinion. The Bank of London is owned and controlled by the Rothschilds. That's why I had Demore look up the city of London. Do this, Joby. Say who controls the city of London, known as the city. The city of London has nothing to do with England, nothing to do with Britain. It's a separate entity that the king and queen are not allowed up in there, because it's a Rothschild shit. It's a fact. Say who created the city of London, Joby? Or ask, what is the city of London? They're gonna lie to you now, but we know that's the Rothschild stronghold. That's the Bank of London, created by the Rothschild. Central Bank of Central Bank. The real central bank is the BIS, the Bank of International Settlements. Who owns that? The Rothschilds own that. That's the Bank of Central Bank. Say, what is the city of London? Or who controls the city of London? Not London City, but your mosquito be running around butt naked at night. The city of London. and they're not going to do it like this. You'll say, is the city of London independent of Great Britain? It'll tell you, hell yeah, it is.
Independent of?
Is the city of London independent of Great Britain? See, we're not talking about London City. We're talking about the city of London. The city inside of the city that was created by the Rothschild. It's a completely separate entity.
Oh, let me read this. The city of London is part of the UK, specifically part of the England, and is a subject to parliament like anywhere else. It doesn't have its own system of local government and its own police force, separate from the rest of the London conurbation, something like that.
That's a lie. What's called? See, the boy looked it up.
Nothing really. Okay.
This Thursday, and he got a completely different answer. Told the truth on it. But now these things are being hidden from you. People starting to know the truth. It's like we know the Rothschilds own the Bank of London. They know the Federal Reserve Bank here. They know the Rothschild owns all central banks on this planet. That's a fact. And the mother of all central banks is in Switzerland, called the BIS, the Bank of International Settlements. Controlled, owned by the Rothschild. This is a fact. Not owned by any damn government. Governments own those central banks. That's the smoke screen they give you. The American government doesn't own the Federal Reserve Bank. The bank that prints dollars, American government don't own that shit. Do this for me, Joby. Say, does the American government own? Well, you already looked it up. You know they told you no. Let's see. Say, does the American government own the Federal Reserve Bank? Ask Google. Does the American government own the Federal Reserve Bank, which is the Central Bank of America? Ask, does the government own it? To say no. It's a privately owned company. It's privately owned by these families. Go ahead.
They're saying there's a common misconception that the Federal Reserve System is privately owned.
It is. See, the misconception now. Okay, go ahead.
In fact, it combines public and private characteristics, and the central governing board of the FRS is an agency of the federal government and reports to Congress.
It's a privately owned company, Joby. Has nothing to do. We know the American government has nothing to do with the damn Federal Reserve. It's independent. Okay, do this for me, Joby. We go. See, now they know you're waking. Now they're hiding everything. That's why we got to get you to go around the truth to find the truth. Because now the search engines are lying. Because you're looking up too much shit now. Everybody started to know. People didn't know that the damn Federal Reserve Bank was no government entity. It's not. Do this for me, Joby. Go to YouTube and say Alan Greenspan. Say Alan, Allen, Greenspan says the Federal Reserve has nothing to do with the federal government. Alan Greenspan says the Federal Reserve, he was the chairman of the Fed when he was done it, that we don't got to do shit. Remember, I want you to look at, he said they got to report to Congress. He going to say, we don't got to do shit, Congress say. And they don't. Because the Rothschilds own that shit. But Alan Greenspan says the Federal Reserve Bank doesn't answer to the federal government. And that video should pop up. He was the head of the Federal Reserve. Tell the truth, we don't got to.
No video popped up anywhere.
Wow.
Nowhere.
Wow. Damn, that should be. Damn, they changed everything. Let me see if I can reword it. Damn, that's crazy. I don't know how to reword that then. Alan Greenspan says.
This was 15 years ago. Let me see if this is the one.
Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah. 15 years. That's when he was head of the Fed. And you know he's a cat with the small hat. All small hats are only been the Fed chief, Joby. How's that possible? Everybody that's been the head of the Fed has been small hats.
because they control the banks and the world.
That's
And I want to start
right.
with you. You
There you go.
were the longest serving
Yep.
chairman of the Federal Reserve in
Fed.
history.
Yeah, chairman of
And,
Fed.
and during this period of time, you were perhaps the leading proponent of deregulation of our financial markets. Certainly, you were the most influential voice for deregulation. You have been a staunch advocate for letting markets regulate themselves. Let me give you a few of your past statements. In 1994, you testified at a congressional hearing on regulation of financial derivatives. You said there is nothing involved in federal regulation
I don't
which
think
makes
that's
it
it, Joe. I think
superior
that's after.
to
I think
markets.
that's after he's the Fed. He's not the Federal Reserve head no more. But like I said, why are all the Federal Reserve cats are always small hats? Cats with small hats. Go back and look at when they created that bank in 1913, that central bank. It wasn't an American bank. So why would they create a new bank in 1913 in America if they already had a bank? Why would they create a new one in 1913? Because it wasn't the damn American bank. And then every since then, you go look at every Federal Reserve chairman like him, every last one of them was a cat with a small hat. What? How's that even possible? Since 1913, every Federal Reserve chairman has been a cat with a small hat. Every last one of them. And guess today, how? How is the chair, the Fed chair, right? He is a cat with the small hat, and before him was Janet Yellen. She's a cat with the small hat. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? And before her was Bernanke. He was a cat with the small hat, and then you go back to Alan Greenspan, and then the other big. They're all of them. How's that even possible? And you got one group of people, the only ones that headed the Federal Reserve Bank, the American Bank. Because it's not a goddamn American bank. It's a cat with a small hat bank. That's what it was derived to do. It's a scam. They create these banks and then print money from nothing. That's how they buy up congressmen, how they buy up dictators, and that's how they put Rudo punk ass in power. That's how they put that no good Tinubu in Nigeria in power. That other moron, Kofi Dada doodle bitch ass over in Ghana. That's how the world works. Of fake money, fake loans. The IMF, who owns the IMF and the World Bank? Britain would, of course. Cats with the small hats created that. Yeah. These are facts. Everybody get to bomb people in Gaza right now. And ain't nobody saying a goddamn thing or stopping nothing. You shut your damn mouth. Mm-hmm. We keep killing people indiscriminately. It ain't shit gonna happen to us. Because we own the goddamn banks. Mm-hmm. Now you go to YouTube. Go to Google. Well, it's a public-private. What are you talking about? Private. Why would it be private at all? It's supposed to be public. If it's owned by the government, that means the people would own it. But the people don't own it. People don't own no damn banks. Every central bank on this planet owned, controlled by the Rothschild. That's why they had these wars. They use America as the proxy to start wars with other countries that don't have central banks. They go in there, blow up shit, destroy shit. Remember, Gaddafi didn't have a central bank. The Rothschilds wanted Libya. They wanted that oil. And now what do Libya got? Libya's all fucked up, blown up, destroyed. But they got a Rothschild central bank now. Where they control the money supply of Libya. The country's all destroyed and fucked up. So whenever you don't got a central bank, they coming to see you. All these central banks are controlled by the same racist, no good, wicked ass family. What you got?
But yeah, let me go through the comments very quickly. Shout out to you, Darktooth. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing great. Always nice to see you too. Always good to see you too. Been a minute, but yeah, hope you're doing great. and Karibu Sana. Anyway, as you pass by, because I know you're just passing by. But Joa Mosquito earlier and Juba Jabba was saying, is there a difference between a coon and a bootlick?
Nah. A coon, a coon is a coon is a coon. A bootlick is a bootlick. So remember back in the day, come out of slavery, they would call it, they would call black people coons, like a raccoon. That terminology became synonymous with traitors, sellout Negroes who would sell out the damn group of us for the white man to get some trinkets, to get a bigger biscuit at night. I'm gonna get me a bigger biscuit. I'm gonna tell on all these other niggas, I got you, boss, bastard. These other niggas are trying to escape, so you give his coon ass a biscuit. So white people called him a coon, so we called him a coon. And later on, after slavery, you see half these sellout Negroes that would be bootlicks, licking the white man's boots and talking stupid shit. So that's the study of bootlickology. You bootlicking, and so now we got a bunch of bootlicking house Negroes around the world. Every one of these leaders in Africa are bootlicking house niggas because they're selected. They're not elected. They're all selected through their business, huh?
With a lot of booty juice.
Yeah, I don't know about the boot. I don't know about the booty juice.
And a lot of butt plugs.
That's
some BP words over there.
That's Joey put that in there. I don't know about the booty juice, the butt plugs. They say so. I don't know.
Are you getting selected when you don't have anything to offer? I mean, you're just getting opportunities. Come on, you're getting some
the puppet
plugs there
because you're a bootleg. I know you'll do my business. If I make you a president, everything, the money of the country is going to come back to Europeans. You won't. Yeah. That's why you ain't built no manufacturing in Africa. You got all the wealth. Why has nobody built an industrial revolution in Africa where you take the mineral resources and make finished products? Because I put my bootlicks, my coon ass niggas in charge, and that never happens. Okay, so you're dealing with a paradox, right? It's a paradox. Africa's the richest continent on the planet. That's not even questionable. So why are African people poor? How can you sit on the richest continent and be poor? Make it make sense. Because I put my bootlicks. Okay, let's say Jomo Kenyatta's sorry ass. Most Kenyans believe he fought against the British to free Kenya. That's a lie. He was a goddamn spy who helped the British. That's why they made his family rich. Because he fought against the Mau Mau. But you don't know that history. In your history books, they tell you they made this no good Negro the father of Kenya, Kenyatta. And this no good nigga was selling out the damn Mau Mau fighters to the British. That's why they put his ass in power. That's why they made the family rich. That's what they do. I told you. Wait, go ahead, Jimmy.
That white man did explain it very well, that they no longer are involved, or they are no longer like actively the ones stealing resources in the continent. It's the people
they still stealing it. They got their bootleg.
They do, but
yeah,
instead it's the bootlickings who actually give away the resources. So it's not them.
If I got my bootleg in there like a Ruto and then or the Africans too, except the brother right here, most Africans are uneducated and they've been put in ignorance. They caught in their tribalism and said, he's part of my tribe. Like what? What the hell are you talking about, moron? So they still got a child. They still like when Europeans came to Africa, they infantilicized the African. They made them children. So you got grown men and women that are childlike in the head. The children. So this is continent. I'll back him up. He's my tribe. All this other silly shit. Not the best man for the job, the best woman for the job, who's going to do better by the country, and he's going to be accountable when things don't go right. No one's ever held accountable. That's why the corruption in Africa is on another level. Crazy. The corruption is so bad, Africa touched the ground. Where you're like, what? Like when we order shit for the studio and it's supposed to be delivered. I give the money to deliver the shit, but it don't never be delivered. But you took the money anyway. shit like that. That's become the norm. You can't do business like that. You can't because you can't be trusted. You can't be trusted. I don't want to do business with you because you're unhonorable. I can't trust you because you think corruption is supposed to be the norm now.
Uh, I think our leaders, we have chosen them, and they need to they steal our money, and they steal
Yes,
trillions and trillions of money. Which,
yes,
if their generation, they create generation of generational wealth. So
yes.
these people think that they will live for life, and they steal this money as if they will use it and make sure that their family. And like let's take an example of Jomo Kenyatta. He took our land, almost the size of, he has almost 50,000 acres, and we don't have even land here in Kenya that big. But
Well,
his own
they
family,
gave they
one
gave him that
family
land
or
so
two or
they gave him
three.
that land so the British could continue to keep their land. Remember, the settlers when they came, the colonizers still know that land in Kenya. They put him in power so he would not ask for that land back like they did in Zimbabwe. So the colonizers got to keep them big ass tea farms in Kenya, them big coffee farms that are worth billions of dollars a year. Billions. That's why they put his
so
ass in
so
power. Go ahead.
So because the Kenyatta's family, or each family that they ruled between 2000 and below, they had a very good chunk of land, because our Africans were not educated. They didn't see the
Exactly.
value for land. They didn't see the value for land, and they were the one who are in the power. So if we go like this, I think if this generation goes, another generation comes, those families will sell the land to our children, who will just accumulate this land. But the money, they will have stuck it in Swaziland or which country there, where they will steal and then keep the money. But if they keep the money there, and maybe God forbid they die, no, and they don't show anybody that they had stolen the money and kept it in foreign accounts, those money will not be claimed, and the people who will benefit are the United States, or those countries who keep
Yeah.
those money for Africans, which
Yeah.
many of chunk of money are being stolen here in Africa and being spent. They will not be spent in Africa, because nothing, there is no Lamborghini business, or there is no anything which sells flashy things here in Africa. They will go and buy it there outside. There's no a way where you can spend 1 billion in a day here in Africa, because we are all we are eventually poor. So we don't have a way to spend those junk of money. So the only place we should go is somewhere like Dubai, and other cities where they have these big casinos, these big things to do with money, these big things that we have even not seen, because on my side, I have not even traveled outside Kenya, so I don't know how to spend 100 million in a day. So if we spend the money in their economies will eventually grow, and ours will be left behind, and we will
That's right.
suffer, because those money were meant to build our hospitals. They were meant to build our roads. They were meant
Exactly.
to build our schools. But the only
Exactly.
thing that is being built here is churches.
Exactly.
We are experiencing big
That's
churches
on
being
purpose.
built.
That's on
Um,
purpose.
um, um, one
I
one
need
one
to
one
hug this
village
man.
one
I need to
village has
hug this.
5 churches.
I need to hug this man's family.
One one village has almost 5 churches, and we have almost uh, many villages. So even I am ashamed, because our president
You know,
can
you don't have to
donate
be
50
ashamed.
million in a
That's
church,
on
but
purpose.
not build a good school.
You ain't got to be ashamed. That's on purpose. That's not your fault. Most of you only one man. Most people don't understand what's happening. That's why I'm surprised you understand what's happening. Shit, you never been outside of Africa. I'm surprised you have such a clear understanding. That it blows my mind. Shit, that you have such a clear understanding. See, I traveled all throughout Africa. I'm African, but I'm just African in America. But I traveled throughout Africa, and It used to make me so sad of the ignorance in Africa. When I run across somebody like you, I want to jump up and say, "God damn right." Go ahead, go ahead. You got it though, but that's so
Let,
true.
let me go to the comments very quickly.
All
We
right,
got
Joe.
13 minutes here, 14 minutes actually before
You
we
go.
get to wind up. And
All right.
I see Jiba Jaba was giving me a hint over there. Thank you, Jiba Jaba. I'll use that next time. But with today's conversation, there should be, family. Remember our Cash App page is very active. Our Cash App account is very active, Mr. Blackout Fire. So yes, in case you want to donate anything, kindly feel free to do so. But anyway, Jiba Jaba also saying my wife's hospital stay was $7,500 a day. God damn. For a semi-private room, and it's all about money. It is. John Mosquito says, "Did you have the medical insurance or cover Jiba Jaba? I know the health care system is different in the states. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think if you
dividend.
guys your health cash, I don't know, your
And
health care insurance is active. Does it work?
no, Jim. Ours is different. Like with Jim Mosquitoes, that he's got free medical. We don't. So we pay for everybody else's medical around the world, like the Israeli people. Our taxes pay for their goddamn. They got free health care in Israel. We pay for it in America. We paying for that, but we can't afford to go to the hospital, Joby. We can't afford to go to the hospital in America. We can't afford to go. It's too expensive. We cannot imagine, Joby. You go to the hospital. Just go to the. Let's say you go to the dentist, right? Just go to the dentist. The dentist is like $3,000 or $4,000 just to pull a tooth. Nobody got that money.
I get you. I get you. So I think this is literally the whole continent where Africa people we have health insurance, but they don't work. Because also for us, we do have health insurance, but it can't cover nothing. And I mean, not even a bed, not even some meal, on for
We
you. It
can't even
does
afford this shit. So imagine this, Joe. But this is scam. We pay health insurance, but we're not allowed to use it. Okay, imagine every month, for every week I pay every week you're paying health insurance, right? But before you use it, it's like somebody's getting free money from you every week, right? So when you do get sick and try to go to the hospital, they say, well, you do got health insurance, but first you must pay something called a deductible. So in order to use your health insurance, you got to give us $5,000 up front. You motherfucker about been paying health insurance every week then, Joby. Then I got to still pay you $5,000? Yeah.
This is crazy, man. It's so sad, but it is on purpose. It is on purpose. But I also see John Muscuro saying that if they ban TikTok, everyone will just move to Facebook, and they'll just have another problem on their hands. And I also see Jiba Jaba says that's why Joe Mosquito can't jog through the city of London. I know.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
also see.
If it's the same, let's do a test. If it's the same, Joby, as London, England, let's pay General Mosquito to go to the city of London. Can't be too far away from him, and have him try to go run through that bitch and see what happens. See if they let his black ass up in there.
We daktari namekwambia yeye si melanin. Mbona unassume pasta wetu si melanin? Mbona unassume ni mzungu probably. Hebu niambie. Hebu unassume ni mzungu but si mzungu. But shout out to you for coming back. I see you. Chokoze, I see you. You poking me. I see you. But Jiba Jaba says that the Federal Reserve Bank Act is unconstitutional, and the Treasury is
It's
mandated
unconstitutional.
to mix
Exactly,
coin
Joby.
money.
Exactly, Joby. It's unconstitutional. So how can the Federal Reserve Bank exist? It's not part of America. It's unconstitutional. But the Rothschilds paid out what? They put their puppet president in, Woodrow Wilson, and they bought the Congress, who passed the law, Joby, that's against our Constitution. And you listen and see if you put us up, Joe, before we leave. Say President Wilson on his deathbed says the worst thing he ever did was sign the Federal Reserve law.
Pardon?
Put us up. As Google say President Wilson on his deathbed says the worst thing he ever done was sign the Federal Reserve law. which is unconstitutional, which is illegal. Because it's not owned by the government, as Jibba told you. The Rothschilds own that shit. It's illegal. But that's been the Bank of America since 1913, making fake money. See, President Wilson on his deathbed, that was the puppet they put in there. Made him president.
It says President Wilson later came to regret signing the bill. He says, and I quote,
yes.
I am most unhappy man. I have unwittingly ruined my country. A great industrial nation is controlled by the system of credit. Our system of credit is
exactly. It means slavery. It means slavery because the government doesn't own it. That's why. See, that's how I can tell you go around with Google's trying, because now they're trying to lie to you now all the time. They take you to things that are lies so you won't know the history. You got the president of the United States telling you that's the worst thing he ever did. But they put his ass in the power. He was their puppet, Joe. They put that no good bastard in the power to get that done, to get that illegal shit signed. And then you grew up in this system not knowing that you're not taught none of this in school. Like you said, this before me. This is before all of us. You grew up, you don't know that the dollar bill you have in your hand ain't made by the United States government, made by these no good fucking Rothschilds. It's their shit. All the banks on the planet are owned by the Rothschild family. The Bank of fucking Japan, that's owned by the Rockefellers. Imagine, how the hell is the Bank of Japan owned by the fucking Rockefellers of America and not by the government of Japan?
Because they run everything in the world. Yeah,
exactly.
Everything in the world.
And you're not supposed to know that. You're not supposed to know that.
Daktut nikome kabisa, nikome. Sawa, niachane kabisa, nikome kabisa, niachane. Niachane kabisa. Siendangi kanisa na unikome. Now to you. But anyway, family, we are coming to the end of today's conversation. Vincent,
love everybody.
Hi to you too, my friend. Do we know each other? But nice to see you, Vincent. Hope you're doing great. And thank you so much for popping in. But anyway, family, we're coming to the end of today's conversation.
Love everybody.
Smart J, I want to say asante sana for joining today's panel. I really loved your discussion. I loved your mindset. I love
it gives me hope for Africa. I'm like, how did he learn all this? Exactly. He gives me hope. It's always like an African that slips through the bullshit. He gives me hope.
You don't have a WhatsApp group for the conversation.
We do.
We do got chat. We do got chat group. We do got chat group. Give him the link, Joby. We do got chat group.
I don't know how to share the link though. I don't know how someone shares the WhatsApp link. Let me see.
You the admin, damn it.
I know.
Also, brother, on your brother, on your phone.
Nipe yako ni save alafu
also, brother, on your phone, just you can download our app for free. Go to Google Play Store and download Black Hot Fire Network.
Wow, unaniharibia jina bro. Wewe utaki niko kwa markets. Get out of here, Daktut. Get out of here. You know, you're destroying my market. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? But anyway, okay, nimeiona chani.
I will download the app. I will download the app now.
You download the app at Google Play Store, Black Hot Fire Network. And then once you learn how to do it, you can go in there and she can get the app link on the social page. But now it'd be too hard to find all that in the beginning. Just download the app and see if Joby can put it in there.
Let me just add you right now because najua nikiweka hii simu chini I'll forget. So let me just add you right now before I forget about it because I will forget about it. Trust me, I will. Smart J.
The app is Black Africa Network, or?
Yeah, inaitwa tu hivyo. Black Hot Fire Network.
Black Hot Fire Network.
Yeah. I sent you the link.
Black Hot Fire.
Black Hot Fire Network. and your shit pop up.
Sijui kama umereceive.
Just seen. Let me.
Yeah, I've added you so you can join. And of course, family, we're coming to the end of today's conversation. Pia, you want me to add you, Vincent? Are you serious about that? I add you. Yes, I see you also sent your number. I add you where? Because you TikTok people, you're very slick. I could be adding you, but you're taking my number. So am I adding you to the WhatsApp or are you picking my number? What's up? Ebuku are very serious. I add you to the WhatsApp. If it's to the WhatsApp, I'll add you. But if it's anything slick, I'll block you. Just be very warned.
I've already joined.
Okay, it was 43 149 358. Vincent, yeah. Just a minute before we wind up. I've added you, Vincent, on our WhatsApp group. That is the Black Hot Fire Network WhatsApp group. So I hope you've received the link. Yeah, I hope you've received the link. Nimekuadd. Yeah. I've added you on the group, so I hope you have received the link, or rather I hope you are added on. You can see the notification on your phone. Also sema pia mimi ni add kwa group juu naona ni kama nitapata hakuna cha bibi hapa. There's no wife here. You say kumbe ni rahisi kupata. Si rahisi hivyo. See, don't be, yeah, don't get it twisted. It's not that easy. But anyway, to those, maybe if you have any amazing videos, the reason why we add you to the WhatsApp number is if you have amazing videos, content, anything informative to us, especially the Black people,
Yeah,
share.
come
That is why
join.
you're
Come
there.
join the
Yeah.
WhatsApp group. Come join the WhatsApp group. Come join the free app, Black Eye Fire Network app, where we have our own. We're actually on our own. We're live right now on our own network. We're not just on
Yeah.
YouTube. We're on YouTube and Facebook. We're still live on our own network right now.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, family, much love. Thank you. So there's
Much
this
love,
guy on
family.
TikTok who's just on my neck.
What
But
did he say?
anyway,
What is he saying?
He makes jokes like that with me, so I'm used to it. But it's just crazy. But anyway, much love, family. Thank you, John Mosquito, Jiba Jabba, to all our amazing silent listeners. Thank you so much again, Smart J. Hope you shall be popping in. We do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So if you are free to join the conversations, karibu sana.
Yeah,
Karibu,
feel free
karibu,
to come
karibu
in.
sana.
Asante. I will be here.
And then,
Yeah.
This is my new
and then if
home.
you and then if you're on the network, hell, you can talk to us every day because we're live there every day on the network. Once you download the app, we're there every day.
Yeah, he's on WhatsApp, so I think that's easy, and he's gonna be updated in case we have any shows. But much love, family. Have an amazing rest part of your day. To all our amazing diaspora people, but to all my Kenyan African people, have a good night. Keep mute your mic.
Calm down, Joe, but you're already leaving.
Much love, family. Have an amazing rest part of your day. See you guys tomorrow. Remember, tomorrow we don't do the Africa Today show. We do the culture show with Kamlesh, myself, being the DJ. And I'd love to see you guys there. See you guys tomorrow and have a good day. Ni mjinga nakwambia. Kai, Dr. ni mjinga lakini nakupenda hivyo. Anyway, good night family.